bear with me. Just trying to see how this lines up. Okay, hello, I'm April. Bathroom confessions. Don't judge me, the lighting's really good in here. Anyways, this is day 1 of the course in Alchemical, Ascension, and Sacred Marriage, which is the course that has been created by Dr. Parthenia Grant, and this is just my vlog of day 1. Today is January 10th, 2017. It's a Tuesday. Yesterday I received the email from Dr. Grant about the course, and I submitted my 2 paragraphs answering her questions that was required to see if I was accepted or declined. First question was, explaining when you knew you had experienced enough of this 3D reality and how you knew it was time for you to apply yourself to doing the work to move on. And the second one is a chronicle of the journey that led you here, including books you've read, travels, or studies you have undertaken with teachers you have studied with, including seminars or workshops. Both of those questions I just kind of sat with, and I made sure to, when she submitted the email to me, that I would respond that day, because I have a habit of letting things just kind of drifting away and getting to them at another time, but this is very important to me. I'm kind of taken aback when Dr. Grant kind of thinks of me out of nowhere, because in a way I feel insignificant in her life. I just feel like she's really busy and has a lot of things that she's working on, so it really amazes me that she keeps me in mind, and I feel very grateful when she does. So I made a point to submit the 2 paragraphs. I wasn't sure if wasn't sure if I was ready, but after my 2 responses, I made a little 3rd mini paragraph just saying, I don't know if I'm ready, but I'm obviously led here for a reason, so I'm just going to trust that means that I am ready, even though I doubt myself or just worry where I'm at. I struggle with perfectionism, and one of the recent things that I've been working on up until this point is, even though I want something to be perfect, or in my head consider it perfect, I may never get to that point, because I may not even know what I consider perfect to be. I think it's just the way of our mind to just kind of find fault in everything, to always leave us chasing. I'm sure it's the ego, let's chase after this. So just give it your best and, go with it. And that really has been working out well for me by practicing that. I spoke with Dr. Grant today. Well, before I spoke, I'll rewind that. I wasn't sure how to go about this whole course being day 1. I asked her, do we start this whole process right now? And she said, yes, absolutely, no lagging. I was on board with that. I read the whole 36 pages of the attachment that she gave us, and I probably didn't read it as slowly enough to absorb everything, so I'm going to reread it. But I wanted to print out a physical copy to have in front of me. It's just easier for me to see in my own eyes instead of on the phone or the computer. Some of the things that I took from it was to be more present, which I would practice throughout the day. And just one of the things that stood out to me, which I'm trying to work on, is kind of like the 7 deadly sins. I feel like I struggle with sloth and gluttony a lot. And one of the things I think she mentioned about gluttony, but I have to reread it, is when you're going to eat something that's your favorite meal, don't eat all of it. Don't go for seconds, which I was like, but I love food. So that was fun to play with. Another thing, I know it's going to sound stupid, but I got to be honest with you and myself. I'm addicted to soda. I know how horrible it is. I know how much it just destroys me on my physical body, my spiritual body, everything. But I'm literally addicted to it like crazy. So today I didn't have any soda, even though I wanted to, and I was trying to I heard that little voice in my head trying to be like, well, just, you can start later, and trying to bargain with myself or, make excuses of why I should have it. But I didn't have it, so good job for me. I didn't get to my room, even though I have been meaning to, because my room's a mess, and my mom's really pissed at me for not getting to it, and I'm really upset that I haven't gotten to it. It's horrible. But I made one step. I put away some things, and I went and returned a bunch of stuff that I got at Target that I didn't need. And I got other stuff that I actually did need, so that was cool. And one thing that I got, because I was going to look for a journal, but I kind of wanted to start off new with the journal, and one thing I got, I was looking for perfect ones, the pages have to be perfect. I want it to be able to fit in my purse, because Dr. Grant said to jot notes down or certain insights that you receive throughout the day. So I fit in my purse, and I will have to like the pages, and I have to like the whole covering or style of it. And I found one finally after kind of rummaging through the journals, and I think this one is absolutely perfect. If you look, it says, I've got big plans, and I thought that was perfect to be the journal to write everything in it. Its pages are okay, has a little heart emblem, which I don't really know, but I like it. It's simple. It's got a little a bookmarker type deal, and it's just a really pretty color, and I think the color just symbolizes possibilities and has a mermaid feel to it. And it's just, I love it. I got excited when I saw it, so I knew this was the perfect journal for me to document things. And what I'm kind of going over now is just the 10 principles, and I believe the 4 agreements and the 6 virtues are the 10 principles. And the 4 agreements are: be impeccable with your word, don't take anything personally, don't make assumptions, always do your best. And the 6 virtues are compassion, courage, forgiveness, gratitude, humility, understanding. And Dr. Grant, wanted us to kind of go over the 10 principles and see, how we feel, which ones we've mastered. It's interesting to be at this point. Like I've just told her, everything seems to have been leading up to this. As another reason why I'm just trusting and going forward, whether I feel I'm ready or not for this course. I've been practicing a lot of these things just recently because I don't know, just being told, maybe probably from my higher self. When I see courage, one of the things that comes to mind is I spoke to my general manager about a certain position that I really wanted, and I was so nervous talking to him. I said, can we talk? He said, yeah, let's go right now. And when we were walking to his office, I swear to God, I was going to faint. I was seeing fog on the side of my vision, and my heart was pounding, and I felt like I couldn't talk to the guy, but it was just the beginning of the conversation. I was kind of, a little shaken, but it wasn't where I couldn't get any words out. But I kept talking, and I built the momentum, and I got my point across. And it's surprising because a lot of people told me, because of one preference, that I wouldn't be able to get this job. But I gave it my best, and he actually seemed like he was really interested in, my interest in that position, and he seemed like he was really going to consider me. So I'm very excited for that. I mean, he said, okay, we'll talk more about this, and then he stopped me a few days after that and said, I'm really interested in what we talked about, so we'll talk soon. And so I feel like it's good. A lot of these, being impeccable with your word, I could probably get better with that. Don't take anything personally. I've gotten really good at that one. I don't know if I would say I've mastered it, but I'm sure I'm pretty close to mastering it. Sometimes I slip, so I don't know if that means that I have not mastered it, but I've really done really well on that one. As same, don't make assumptions. There's been times where I really wanted to make an assumption